I'm Bryan. I'm the principal over at the Kenny Elementary School. I'm not a student. Thank you for the woo. I know everybody's probably getting really tired. It's definitely past my bedtime. So thank you for bearing with me some quick remarks, which I wrote on my cell phone. And I thought that would be inappropriate, except that I just went to my brother's wedding and they did their vows on their phones. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's too modern. So I want you to think really hard about where you played as a kid. I know you're tired, but just bear with me. Really picture it. In your picture, is there grass? Are there swings? One of those really dangerous jungle gyms that everybody broke an arm from? Slides, tire swings, wood chips? I'm a fairly new principal at Kenny Elementary School. It's my 4th year. We serve students beginning in K0. That's just 3 years old. And we're so proud of the beautiful diversity of our school community. Our kids are truly amazing. True story, I had a kid come into my office on 3 separate times today because he wanted a hug. When I first arrived at the Kenny School 4 years ago, I remember watching the kids playing at recess. It was my first time coming into the school, just kind of checking it out. They had a broken fence and concrete to run on. There was nowhere to sit, no flowers, just a field next to the school with dirt and patches of grass and a fallen tree stump right in the middle of it. At the front of the building, there were concrete steps that crumbled in their corners. No benches, no swings, no murals, only a truly rusty fence with chipping black paint. Our kids deserve more. When Boston Cares came, it took a team of 8 volunteers from Bain. Can I get a whoop for Bain? Are they Bain? 4 hours to dig out that stump. But they did it. I didn't think they could do it, they did it. Dozens more painted a soccer field and put up goals and these red flags that blow in the wind that kids still play on every day at dismissal time. They planted gardens and built colorful benches that we still use for our graduation every year. They put up giant murals of our school's values and flower beds at the entrance to the school. They repainted classroom walls and built a beautiful stone walkway that students love to jump on, pretending they're frogs leaping across lily pads, which creates a little conflict at dismissal, but they eventually get it. When the volunteers left, the kids got to go outside to tour the space. They ran outside screaming. I can still picture them. They came out one door, they looked outside, they saw the flowers, they saw the soccer field, they saw the paintings, they saw the murals, and they just stretched their arms out and just ran like, ah! And it was still, they're so excited to go outside. They couldn't believe it, and I couldn't believe it. I'm almost done, I promise. I have a vivid memory from that day. One of our first graders, Sam, he couldn't sit in class. He couldn't pay attention. He just had to watch what was going on outside with Boston Cares. Because on this particular day, they didn't come on a Saturday. The whole building was filled with kids. Then I snapped a photo of him. His forehead was pressed against the glass of his classroom window. All these volunteers in the background of the photo. To him, we had taken something that is. Something that was permanent, this concrete. And we made it something new, something impossible. I think about that, and about how something that might seem really ordinary to many of us can open a world of possibilities to kids. I think about what he must have been thinking in that moment with his face pressed against the glass. All the ideas he was beginning to imagine, all the ideas he began to envision of how what is can also be what could be. So thank you, Boston Cares. Thank you to all of the funders, all of the volunteers, Thank you for making for our students what can be.